What's going on, everybody? Lead Farmer 73 here. Good to see you. I've been gone for a minute. Had a lot of stuff going on. Today, I'm just going to get started. I want to say hello to everybody coming in the room. Guava, it's good to have you here. All right, let's talk about it. The reset. This is the reset. My Renaissance grandma, how you doing? It's good to see you in here. Let me see something here. I'm never ready. Hey, grow it, eat it. How you doing? Patient Saint, how you doing? Tactical, how you doing? It's good to see you. TLC in the garden, how you doing? Miss Sunny, Will Burnett, Suzette, how you doing? Eli, good to see y'all in here. Wells 803 Gardening, how you doing? Evan, it's good to see y'all. It really is. I want to talk about something, and hopefully you agree. And if you don't agree, maybe you can give me some kind of insight on why you don't, or a better alternative. Okay. Black Guns, how you doing? Homesteader Rachel, how you doing? Okay. Listen, if you've been wondering where I have been with the live streams, I'm just telling you. I got to begin with this. I had to stop, and I had to realize something. I had to realize that the things that are going on in the world right now, not just were, but are making me angry. And the funny thing is, I'm not an angry person. I'm not an angry person. But watching the world in the state that it's in right now makes me angry. It makes me angry because I had better hope in humanity. I had better hope in the American people. I was that person that was always rooting for the American people as, yeah, we are number one. Even with our flaws, we're number one. So I was always the one defending the morality of America. And when people was like, no, it's only this way, that way, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna put a bunch of people in one small box because you had a theory. I was always the one defending it. And here I am, what they call it, eating crow. And because now every single word, unfortunately, that was negative about this place has come to fruition, out of my control, out of my hands. I had nothing to do with it. The world took on its own thing, you know. So you gotta call it like you see it now. It's no longer a conspiracy theory. It's no longer a somebody's made up theories in their head. None of that. It's what it is. This is where we are today. And I realized it was just making me more and more disappointed, upset, depressed, because I'm not depressed for me. My life is fine. I'm depressed because everybody else's bad, the way their world is going to turn upside down will affect me eventually. So that's the problem with America right now, is you don't think your neighbor's problems will reach out and touch you, and they will. So we're doing stuff to bad, we're doing bad things to our neighbors, and we're talking bad things about our neighbors because for some strange reason we don't think it will turn around and bite us. But that's exactly what's happening now. Everybody wished for something, they got that wish, but they didn't realize it's going to turn around and bite you back. So I don't want to talk about that anymore. Let's see. Yvonne said, it's real life. It's time to stop denying the facts. As adults, you have have to deal with the real problem. Absolutely. Absolutely. So how you doing, Christina? How you doing? Christine's backyard. Okay. I wrote down a few things and I want to just talk about them briefly. I don't want to be on here very long. I don't want to be on here very long. Um, I need us all to take a moment and be realistic with yourself. If you don't feel like being realistic with nobody else, please, oh God, don't just go sit by yourself somewhere, talk to yourself, and be realistic with yourself. Hey, Fifi's Urban Homestead, how you doing? You cannot deny the things that's going on right now are wrong. You can't. You just can't. You can't unless you have some kind of disability that doesn't allow you to know right from wrong. Then you cannot deny everything that's going on right now is hurtful, is cruel. You can't deny it. Okay? So this is what I want to say. I don't want to talk about it no more because here's the problem. There's no reason to keep discussing the problems, right? Hey, Miss Shirley OG, how you doing? How many people still think we need to still be discussing the problems? Because what I'm seeing is we're discussing the problems and not doing anything about it. We're like a bunch of old ladies sitting in a room cackling and complaining, but ain't nobody getting up and doing anything. It's like watching grass grow. And we sitting around complaining about the grass is growing and now the weeds are coming. Here comes some dandelions. Oh, that weed is gonna have snakes in it. That tall grass gonna have rats in it. We complaining about the grass growing and we sitting on the porch rocking. But ain't nobody picked up nan lawnmower. Nobody went and bought a tank of gas to put in the lawnmower. Nobody said that I'll be the one to push the lawnmower. No, it's just easy to sit back and complain about the grass is growing. And that's what's happening right now. So if you're not going to do anything about it, shut up. So I kind of figured I'm doing my best to do things about the situation that we're all in. But if I'm doing it by myself, there's no need to discuss it with anybody else. Right? Think about it. If you the one paying the bills and paying the grocery bills, and you the one paying the rent, and you the one paying the mortgage, you the one paying the car note, come on, come with me now. When your kids come and ask you how much is the car note, how much is the mortgage, how much is the rent payment, that ain't none of your business unless you're going to help me pay it. Right? If people start getting in your pocket about how much you pay for your car, your house, your lights, your gas, your water, and they don't got nothing to do with chipping in on your bills, that's none of their business, right? Okay. You almost feel highly offensive if you're the only one paying the bills and nobody's helping you. You're more than welcome to share the information with people that's chipping in and helping you. When people got your back, here's a little something on the lights, here's a little something on the gas, here's a little something on the mortgage. You could tell them, "Woo, thank you, because this month I'm taking a beating. The mortgage was $1,400. I don't know how I was gonna pay it." Right? Okay. Well, that's how I feel with this whole thing that's going on right now. If I'm the only one speaking up about it or trying to do anything about it, but nobody's chipping in and trying to help you, what am I sticking my neck out for? So I'm kind of doing my thing in silence. And here's the other thing that I wanted to tell you. One of the oldest sayings in the book, and y'all tell me if you've heard of this. My mama told me, and somewhere along the way, I got lost. All my life, All my life till I'm an older man now. My mama always said, and she practices this. I don't know how she contains herself. If you don't have anything good to say, shut up. Don't say anything. Have anybody heard of that? If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. How many people have heard of that saying? It's been around since the beginning of time. Have you ever told somebody that? Or have anybody ever told it to you? They shut you down and said, be quiet. We know what's going on. Even though you know what's going on and you're screaming and shouting and yelling about it, if you don't have anything good to say, shut up. Now, I'm going to add on to that old saying. You know, my mama didn't make that up. That's been around forever. I'm going to add on to that saying, though. If you don't got nothing good to say, be quiet. But see, it's a little glitch in that. It's a little glitch in that. I'm going to say it this, what I've been saying. My motto is this: show me or shut up. That's another kind of little rendition of that. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. That don't always work, because that kind of backfires sometimes. But you know what don't backfire? Show me or shut up. All that talking and running your mouth, but your feet ain't moving, ain't helping nobody do anything. Right? It's not helping you running your mouth. It's not helping me sitting around running your mouth. If your feet ain't running as fast as your mouth, be quiet. Right? So that's kind of that. People, for instance, how many gardeners do I have in here? Gardeners, preppers, homesteaders, please raise your hand, because the only reason I'm asking for you, because you really know what I'm talking about. Gardener, you don't have to have a YouTube channel. You just garden, prepper. You don't even have to be a gardener or a prepper or a homesteader. You can be a person that you always on your grind, getting your job done and everything else. Raise your hands. Come on now. Come on, because I know it's a lot of y'all. I know half of y'all in here. I know you personally. So here's what I want to say. You want to know the most horrible feeling in the world, where you really want to give somebody a neck massage? How many times have you been on your grind, doing your job, making your money the way you make it, or out in your garden, doing your thing, digging up your garden and doing the best way you know how, and somebody come and suggest you're doing that all wrong? How many people? Oh, you're doing that wrong. They'll stand over you in the hot blazing sun while you down there with your garden hat and gloves and tools on, getting them seeds in the ground, watering your garden in a hot summer day. You doing all of your work that you're supposed to be doing. They just standing over you, drinking a cold pop, and tell you doing it wrong. That happens a lot on social media. It's a lot of people standing over you, telling you you're doing it wrong. And my answer to all of that, show me or shut up. I don't mind constructive criticism. But if you can't show me your works and show me the proof that I'm doing what I'm doing wrong, and you have a better way or better alternative to what I'm doing, if you can't show me that, be quiet. Because now, if you can't show me or prove to me that I'm doing something wrong, or you have a better way, if you can't prove that and you running your mouth, you lose points with me. I love constructive criticism. When somebody say, look, watch this, or I'm going to send you a video and this is how I do it. That may not be the way I do it, but if you could send me a video on how you do it, oh, subscribed, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. If you a person where you say, well, I don't quite do it like that, Led, and if I say, well, show me, or come over to my channel and I got a video up and everything, I'll send it to you, email it to you. Oh, you got all of my attention. I'm focused on you. I will go over there, I will watch the whole video and like, share, subscribe. If you can't do that, you're a spectator. Spectators sit quietly and watch the professionals play the game. So either you're a player or you're a spectator. You can't be both. If you can't show me your works, be quiet. You know. And I know all of y'all done felt this. I know all of y'all channels, y'all get a lot of people telling you, that ain't how you do that. Tell me I'm wrong. That ain't how you do that. No, that's damn wrong. And I'm not talking about me and you. The people that we visit each other's channels and we talk and we got channels, I ain't talking about me and you because we show each other's work all the time. I'm talking about people that just come in and just landed on the flight and just start talking. Play the wall, read the room. You must not know what you're talking about. A lot of people think that I don't visit their channels. I try my hardest to visit everybody's channel. Before I open my mouth and say anything about anybody or anything or mention anything, you know what I do? Read the room. I sit and watch the video for at least the next 10 minutes so I can figure out what the heck is going on. And then once I kind of get what's going on, either this ain't my place or I got something to add in. You know what? I did this on a friend of mine's video, Big Rooster channel. I went over to Big Rooster channel because every Friday night he have Freestyle Friday. And it's like a party. And I came in, I was so hyped that I came in talking sideways. I didn't know how the game was played. This was just recently, maybe a month or so ago. I came in sideways, giving the answers and everything. I didn't know how the game was played. I was just happy to know the answers, right? Came in sideways. And I sat there and I had to apologize to him, man, I'm sorry about answering all them. I apologize because I was having such a good time, but I came in sideways. I didn't read the room, okay? That's how that works. So, some people gonna sit there and try to tell us how to do our thing, and they don't know. We know what we doing. The people that don't know what they're doing is the ones standing over you supervising. I don't need no supervisor in this gardening game. I don't need no supervisors. Okay, if you ain't got no stripes on your arm, move. Get out. You blocking my sunlight from my seeds. You know? So, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Just be quiet. And if you want to give a suggestion, it's best. If you really want somebody to really do what you asking them to do or really listen, show them. Give them an opportunity to see your works and they'll take you a lot more seriously. This is social media. I don't take anything seriously on social media anymore because it's just too weird. I don't take anything seriously on social media. Even things that we supposed to be taking seriously, I don't. So, let me see this. I'll say this. Right now, instead of us keep on talking about the problems, because we know what the problems are. Please don't bring them up right now. We don't have to talk about the problems anymore. We know what the problems are in the world right now. Not only do we know what the problems are, we also know who's causing them. We know the problem and we know the root of the problem. Can I get an amen? So I figure it like this. If we know the problem and we know the people that's causing the problem, we know the root of the problem, there's no more reason to keep on harping on the problem. Because what that is us sitting on the porch arguing about the grass growing again. So, I want to talk about the solution. The reason I haven't been live is because I went back and started looking at all my videos and I hear myself complaining a lot. I hear myself getting upset a lot. I hear myself snapping on people. That's not me. That's not me. Like I like to have a good time, but I'm not an angry dude. And I found a situation that makes me angry, and I'm like, that's not me. Y'all want to know the real me? The real me is I'm always cutting up. I like to have a good time. Y'all seen the real me. But when I'm snapping on folks and I'm all angry and uptight and mean, and that's not me. And I recognize that. Let me tell you something. That's a blessing to be able to recognize when you're at fault for something. When you sit there and you say, wow, man, I sure am yelling a lot. Man, I sure am arguing a lot. Wow, I just snapped on that lady for no reason. Wow. Wow, she didn't say nothing to make you go off like that. When you can sit back and realize you wrong, you blessed. Because the people that can't realize when they wrong like that, them is the people that's being tortured. Because you won't admit you're wrong. So you're constantly lying to yourself to prove to yourself that you're right. I feel sorry for people like that. Because here's the thing. When you're wrong and you never recognize or admit that you're wrong, I feel sorry for you because you're constantly, every day, from sun up to sundown, from when you wake up in the morning till you go to bed at night, you're constantly lying to yourself. You're constantly lying to yourself. You ain't even lying to other people. You lying to yourself to make yourself right. How torturous is that? Right? When you think about it, we ain't supposed to be lying to folks in the first place, right? Well, what about lying to yourself? Lying to other people, that's a sin, right? But golly, it gotta be worse to be lying to yourself. You lie to people, you will lie to them only when you see them. When you see this person and you got a lie you done made up, you only got to come up with that lie every time you see that person, right? But when you lie to yourself, that's a constant, non-stop, torturous way to live. Because you got to sit there and force feed yourself to make you believe that you're something that you're not. You're somebody that you're not, or something you said or did does not exist, but you keep lying to yourself and say, yes, it does. So that means you don't got to wait till somebody come around and try to remember a lie you told them. No. Every day, you sit up and lie to yourself from sun up to sundown, trying to make yourself right. Instead of just saying, you know what? Yeah, I messed that one up. That was all me. That wasn't it. So, my bad. My fault. I'm sorry. How easy is it to say I'm sorry versus just, I don't like you so much I ain't telling you nothing. That's fine. But at least apologize to yourself, right? Let me see. You say when you're trying to educate people who are not listening or act like they do not have common sense, it gets to be a little frustrating. I do think you mean no harm when you go off. I don't mean any harm. But here's the other thing, my sister, Cecilia, I don't mean any harm because I'm not an angry dude. I'm not a mean person at all. I'm not mean spirited at all. What it is what makes me angry is I can get so disappointed that it makes me angry. And that's what usually happens is I can't believe when a person is so ignorant of the world and their surroundings that, you know, they take me there. I'm like, wow, I can't believe people like you exist. I've heard of you. It's like we've heard of Bigfoot, we've heard of aliens, Sasquatch and all that. I've heard of ignorant people just so dumb that they can't get right. Now, like that's Bigfoot stuff, that's alien stuff. But when you see one in real person, an actual person that just throw caution to the wind of the world, it's amazing. It's amazing to be that out of source with reality when I see it. So it's frustrating to me. So this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about a solution. How you doing, Patricia? Flashy Light says, I've accepted that common sense isn't common. No, it's not. Not anymore. That is not standard issue anymore, right? Okay. We know, well, if we know what the problem is, we know who's causing the problem. If we know the root of this problem that we're all going through right now, we know why the prices are going up. We know why things are shutting down. We know why people are being unemployed and laid off. We know the cause and the root cause of all of these problems. I throw my hands up. A lot of this stuff is above my pay grade. And I'm going to say it, and I mean it from my heart. Some of the things now is above my pay grade. I hear people say, hey, Led, you should talk about this. Hey, man, you should talk about that. You should talk about this now. Now, man, things have gone so far. This is above my pay grade. This everything now is on a whole nother level where I don't have access to that level of madness. I can't go any further with that. Everything that I thought, everything that I said actually happened and worse. I don't know all of these people, and I can't speak on all of these people. Like people talk about, athletes, they know all their stats and everything, what they did when they was born. And that's how you got to approach the people that's running this show now. And I don't know the stats on all these people like that. So I'm above my pay grade. All I care about is everything I said was right. Everything that I said was going to happen actually happened, but even worse. So now I'm out of it. So here's the thing. Let's talk about this solution. This is the focus. We have to reset. Relax. Focus. Reset. And repeat. I've been telling myself this for a couple of weeks now. Please repeat after me. Relax. Focus. Reset. Repeat. If you don't learn how to do this right here, you're going to stay angry too like I've been. Relax. Focus. Reset. Repeat. This is why I put it in that order. I put it in that order because if you don't relax, you can't focus. If you don't focus, if you can't focus, you can't hit the reset button on yourself. You can't reset. If you're being distracted, you can't reset. So you gotta relax. That will help you focus. And once you can focus, then you can reset. And every time you see that kind of not working, repeat it. Do it again. Start over. And that's the only thing that's been keeping me calm. I've been doing everything that makes me happy. And you know what that is? I don't know if y'all been seeing my videos. I've been in that garden. I've been on a trip with my wife for our anniversary. I've been out here on Freedom Acres cleaning up. I ain't even been doing no videos of it. Out here cleaning up, watching after my pigs and my chickens and my quail. I'm about to start digging on this pond. I have no power right now to change what has been done to this country. I have no power to change it. So I will do everything that I can to stay as stress-free as I possibly can. And sometimes you define that, you got to go back to the old school. I'm going to tell you, look, you see that? Anybody remember this? I shaved my beard off. I didn't do it. And it may not stay this way. But you know why I shaved my beard off? Because this was the ultimate reset button for me. Reset. Reset. Started eating old chili dogs and stuff. Put my weight back on. Reset. It's not too late to reset. It's not too late to go from eating chili dogs back to lettuce. So reset. Everywhere you fail at, reset yourself. Restart. As long as you're alive and breathing, you can always restart. So, this is what I want to talk about. Right now, I can't tell you what to focus on. I'm going to tell you what I'm focusing on, and maybe it'll help you. Invest. This is for everybody. Everybody. I'm just going to tell you what's a good idea. I'm not telling you what to do. A good idea right now, all of your investments right now should be focused on sustainability. How you doing, Missy Hawk? Say, I need a rest too. Absolutely. Listen, everything right now that we're dealing with, if you got money coming in and everything, listen, we need to be investing in not self-sustainability, just sustainability itself. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. My investments in sustainability, because it's been a long time coming, but now I can almost 100% not depend or count on the powers that be to help me. If I'm watching the powers that be make rules and laws, change rules, laws, and regulations to harm me and my family and my friends, if I'm watching this with my own eyes, that actual men and women came together to make rules, laws, and regulations that will hurt me, my wife, my family, my children, my sisters, brothers, mamas, dad. If I'm watching this with my own eyes and it's being proven to me, they actually are listening to Show Me or Shut Up. They are showing me what their intents are. So with that, I cannot trust those people. I cannot put my trust in those people to help me put my children through college. I can't trust those people to help me with my health care. That's why I told you I done crunched on a whole head of lettuce today. Because if I'm not healthy, they're not going to help me do anything to pay for it. And the way things are going, if you're in debt, they can make up new laws anytime they feel like and lock you up for debt. If you are like the olden days, if you owe debt to the empire, they can take your firstborn, they can take your wife, they can take your son, they can take your daughter. Remember that? If you owe the king taxes, if you were indebted to the empire, they had laws, rules, and regulations set in place where they can take what they want from you. They can take all of your crops from your fields. They can, from your farm. They can take your children. They can take your wife. They can take you, and they can also take your existence. And all it was, you owed them a little change in taxes. That's coming back to. That's coming back. They got it on the books. So, invest in sustainability. Try to fix your debt to the best of your ability. Sell extra items. If you got a bunch of stuff out there in the garage and in the attic, man, sell that junk off. Lighten your load. Lighten your load. Sell off those bikes. Sell off all of those tennis rackets that you don't use. Sell off all that junk in your garage and try to make a little extra money and put to the side. Because with that little bit of extra money, you can actually do other things. If you go in your garage, everybody, and I double dog dare you to do this, go in your garage and have a little garage sale, or go to the flea market or the trade market and set up a booth. I dare you. Go, hey, put it on Facebook Market. Right, Facebook Marketplace. Put it on Facebook Marketplace. Put it on Craigslist. Sell that junk off, right? Somebody want it. And with that little bit of extra money that you make, first thing you should do is build you a garden. Build you a garden. I'm going to tell you why I say the first thing you should do is build you a garden. Where they at? I want to show you something. Here, I got 2 apples. 2 Granny Smith apples, right? Do you hear that? I want to see if you hear this. I want to see if you hear that. Listen again. I'm going to hit them harder. Do you see that? I'm going to hit them harder. That's where I hit them. Listen. Do you see that? Look at where my fingers are. Watch this. I wanted you to hear that. And even though it sounds like I'm doing too much, I wanted you to hear that. Because you know what it sounds like? Tennis balls. You can't feel it because I got them. But they're literally, I can feel them bouncing off of each other. Right? They're bouncing off of one another. I can feel it, just like I'm clacking two tennis balls together. But crazier than that, they're not bruising, they're not denting at all. Now, I said I needed, get back trying to work on my weight, work on my process. So I'm going to go grab me some apples. Because apples going to get me stopped eating a bunch of bull crap, right? Right. Missy said they didn't even bruise. Nope, not at all. Right? Now, look, I'm sweating. I put some work into clacking them apples together. Right? But when I bit into it, it wasn't even soft. Did you hear the crunch when I bit it? Did you hear the crunch? And on the outside of the apple is that waxy stuff be on your teeth. That's not an apple. I don't know what that is, but that, my brothers and sisters, is not an apple. So as happy as I was to have some apples, I'm going to give them to my pigs. Because I don't know what that is. So with that little money you make on Craigslist or Facebook Market or your yard sale, build you and start you a garden. I mean, I don't care if it's about to be your winter. You don't have to grow anything right now, but I suggest you at least build your garden before winter hit. All right. I'm going to say this. I don't care how you do it. Acquire ways to store food. I don't care if you have to purchase or you end up with something. Get as many ways to store food as you possibly can. These are my solutions that I'm working on right now, and I'm going to show you something too. And learn how to do it yourself. DIY as many things as you possibly can, because nobody out there is about to help you. Everywhere I went, everywhere I've been in the last 2 months, every business, every single business, it's the worst either supply or worst customer service I've ever seen in my entire life. I've walked out of several stores in the last 2 months. Like, I refuse to deal with you. I refuse. I just told some friends just yesterday. I was in an orange big box store, and they screwed up. But they treated me like I was a thief. I was in an orange big box store. I'm going to tell you the story real quick. And I wanted some American persimmons. I go to buy these American persimmons. So when they rang up, they came up as oranges, navel oranges. Same price and everything, but they came up as navel oranges. I purchased 3 of these trees. The cashier said, well, that's funny. These aren't navel oranges. I said, no, those are American persimmons. Now, did you hear what I just said? I told her, yeah, I know. Those are American persimmons. Okay. So what did she do? She rang them up again, navel oranges. She typed in the code, navel oranges. She calls the manager. I jokingly say, well, can I get them for free or half off, whatever, since it's a problem. Ha, 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 ha. She calls the manager, but she's not calling the manager to joke around and say, like, something is wrong. Can he get them for 50% off or something? No. She calls the manager and whisper, 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 like I done switched the labels on the trees. So they start asking me kind of like a little quick interrogation in the orange big box store garden center. Like, you make minimum wage. How the hell did you turn into Sherlock Holmes, the greatest detective that ever lived, over some fruit trees? You clowning. So I didn't say nothing. Manager asked me, where'd you get the trees at? I said, I got them in the back. There's a couple more back there too. He calls somebody. And then here come Felipe. He sent Felipe back there to go check them other trees and check the labels and bring them up, take pictures and bring them to me. I'm waited for an hour for all of this. They questioning me. The only thing they didn't say was, how did the blood get on your shirt, Mr. Lead? How did the blood get on your fingers if you wasn't in the vicinity at the time? So now I'm starting to feel like I'm being interrogated. I'm not feeling like somebody's trying to help me. I'm feeling like somebody is trying to pin something on me. So here come little Felipe. He said the tags back there say the same thing. I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. I got them off the same pallet. There was a pallet with just persimmons on it, and I purchased 3 of them. So out of all of this, he go in his little manager computer, and yes, it's coming up as navel oranges. I said, man, how many times are we going to say they keep coming up as navel oranges? Each one of y'all have put this in your computer like 5 or 6 times. With the 3 of y'all, that's over 18 times that y'all put it in the computer. And these American persimmons, the tag says American persimmons. How can I switch that? I could see if I took a navel orange sticker off and slapped it on here, it would say navel oranges, right? Okay. You think that I'm so brilliant of a thief that I went in the back with my little computer or whatever I got to print out a label from the orange big box store that the top says American persimmon, but I changed the barcode to navel orange for a $24 tree. Now, come on now. You think that I'm so brilliant of a fruit tree thief that I'm risking my life and freedom, and I'm an old man, mind you, going to prison for some fruit. Y'all all standing around here like I got a Glock 19 in your rib cage. And I'm robbing y'all by gunpoint. So I finally was like, look, can one of y'all make this make sense now? This the manager. Why are we still here? Why are we still talking about this, man? He said, finally, I can give you the trees, I can give you the trees. I said, okay, any discount? He said, no, can't give you a discount. Man, I've been standing here in the blazing hot heat for over an hour for y'all interrogating me over something I didn't do, and y'all trying to make me out to be. Well, nobody's making you out to be a thief. Well, why you keep sending Felipe back there? Because I feel like a thief right now. Okay. This the bad part. I drove 2 hours to get those trees. Me and my puppy left empty-handed because I'd be doggone if I give you another nickel. I won't do it. You sure you don't, man? Don't stop talking to me, sir. Our conversation was over 45 minutes ago when you sent Felipe back there to check again for the 4th time. Me and you ain't had nothing else to say. I know the boy's name. That's how much I heard Felipe's name. No, his name is not Philip. His name is Felipe. And I know what you thinking. No, he was not a Mexican. He was a little white dude. His name was Felipe. I know everybody like, yeah, there they go again. Crossing the border. Ain't had nothing to do with them. So, here's the deal. The customer service is out of control. Everything in these stores, there's nothing in the stores. Everything is missing. All the supplies is gone. And then when you find something, the price is 5 or 6 different times higher than it used to be just a week ago. And then on top of that is one cashier with 30 registers. And that's self-serve. You standing in line behind 50 other people. Think about this. I want you to think about this. You standing in line behind 50 other people, begging this store to steal your money, because that's what it is. Does this make any sense? You mean to tell me I'm coming in here to spend $100 in these big box stores or grocery stores? So you want me to spend my $100 with you. You also want me to get my own shopping cart from out of the parking lot because the little cart boy is gone. You want me to get my own shopping cart from out there in the parking lot, wheel it in and hope he got a good wheel. You want me to go through this store and pick up my groceries. Then you want me to come and check it out myself. And then you got a camera watching me. And every swipe I make is a camera sitting over my head like as a halo on an angel. And the camera, if the camera see you do something wrong, it go boop 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 doop boop doop boop boop doop boop doop boop doop boop doop. And that's the only time that one cashier running the whole front end will ever speak to you. The only time the cashier will say anything to you is if the little camera over your head go boopy doop boop boopy doop boop boop boopy doop. Cause the camera saying he's stealing. That's the only time little girl come over here with her little card, her little badge. Hey, how you doing? Scan her little badge on the thing, click in all these numbers and codes to rewatch you not steal stuff on this camera, and then hit OK with her long nails, clickety clackety clickety clackety click, and it's a booger on the screen. I've been maybe the camera thought I was stealing because I was trying not to swipe my groceries on top of this booger that's sitting on the scanner. Or maybe the booger changed the barcode. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he's stealing. Them ain't baby shoes. Them ain't baby shoes. That's baby powder. Them ain't baby shoes. Boopity boop boop boopity boop boop. Like, look. If you wipe this booger off this scanner screen, ma'am, it's huge. You can't miss that. No, that's not a piece of chicken breast. I know what after work construction booger look like. All you doing is sitting there texting on your phone. Come clean these things off. And now I ain't even hungry no more. I came here to buy me some chicken I was gonna grill. I ain't even turned my stomach looking down at this booger man laying on this damn scanner, you know. I can't even scan right. I'm doing stuff like, you know, and it ain't doing, you turn it now. Yeah, because I'm trying not to touch that thing. Take it home with me. You know what happened? She came, clickety clack, how you doing? Clickety clack, click. Look at the screen. Okay. Now, soon as I start doing it again, she didn't remove the booger, so I'm doing it. And then, boo-boo-doo, boo-boo-doo, boo-boo-doo. I said, damn it all. I'm going to the house and see what's in my freezer. Just screw everything. You don't want this stuff, man? Stop talking to me. Because not one time did you look down and wipe that booger off that screen. Ask me, do I want it? No, I ain't even hungry no more, no way. I was about to spend $100 worth of groceries. I ain't even hungry. I'm sorry. I'm getting off on a tangent. But you've seen it. Old chicken water juice on the screen, boogers, children's handprint, some kind of chocolate, or is it Everything is horrible, man. Let's get back into this because I don't want to keep you that long. Okay. Pay close attention to our spending. That goes hand in hand with the stuff we need to sell. And I've already said this. Try to watch our health to the best of our ability. Listen, you hearing it from the horse's mouth, okay? I got problems too. I'm telling you, I'm not no 2 inches in the waist kind of dude. I'm telling you, we got to be more decisive, deciding on our health and the things we put in our freaking mouth. Listen, sugar-free Sunday. Look at me. I'm ground zero for, hey, you fell off. I'm ground zero. And again, I ain't ashamed of it. But that don't mean that I gotta stay this way. Get that dang on lettuce. Man, get them onions and put them back in a bowl. Like you did before, you can do it again. And now we all got even a bigger reason to do it. Man, they playing with people's health care. They are playing with people's health care. So now, you know what? This is God honest truth. I hurt my back a couple weeks ago. Hurt my back. I'm not going to tell you which video I was doing when I hurt my back doing a video. I'm sure everybody probably can tell which one it was, okay? Because the video was short, sweet, wasn't too much information given. I was in pain. But get this. My wife said, you need to go to the hospital. And I did not deny that. I said, yes, I do. I do. And I said, you know what? I would go to the hospital today. And my wife always trying to get me to go to the hospital. And I'm the first one to be like, nope, I ain't doing it. No, I don't want them poking pride and looking up my ringer. No, thank you. But you know what? I really did need to go to the hospital. I was hurt that bad. But you know what? I refused. I did every old school remedy that my mama and my grandparents used to do. Everything I could possibly think of. I could show you. I know they call them something different now. I told my wife to run to CVS and get me they call them water bottles now. The red, rubbery water bottles. Y'all know what they used to be called for. You know what they used to be used for, right? You understand what I'm talking about? Your mama had one hanging in the shower or something. Your mama had one hanging over the bathtub or something. So while you washing up, you looking at that red bag just dangling right there and hoping it don't touch you. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So I told my wife, run to the store and grab me one of them. And I called it the old school name because I don't call it no water bottle. I never have. And she said, ugh, that was nasty. I said, what was nasty? She said, you mean a water bottle? I said, I'm going to put water in it. They are for holding water, but what are you saying? She said, just call it a water bottle. Okay, whatever floats your boat. Okay, but again, that's all I ever known. So I had my wife run to the store and get me a red, rubbery water bottle that used to hang in the bath, over the bathtub or over the shower, dangling down like a anaconda snake in the Amazon forest, and you hoping it don't come down. You washing up in the shower like this, you won't take your eyes off of it because you hoping it don't get. You don't want to hit it and it go to dangling or something. Let me stop. But you understand. I got me a water bottle. I got me some aspirin. Oh, I got me a family size bottle of the medication that's in question right now that they don't want ladies to take. I got me a family-sized bottle of the medication that they are telling grown people not to take right now when you're in pain. The red and white, but man, I said, man, if don't even go get me no little bottle. Go get me one that say family size, king size, 20 extra ounces. Everything is say on there. Now with 50% more. Give me the biggest bottle they got. Cause I can't believe how dumb that is. That just dumb. I wanna have these pills so long that my great grandchildren still can use some. Give me that kind of bottle. Stupid. Anyway, so I fixed myself. I'm still not 100%, but I'm at about 80%. That's all that matters. Okay. Stock away more beans and rice. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go a little longer on this video. It's not going to be very long, but I want to show you something, okay? It's not a Lead Farmer field trip, but it's damn close, okay? So since I'm doing a live stream today, I'm going to take you with me and show you something. And I got proof. Somebody tried to disprove my methods years ago, and I got proof of it. I'm going to show you. Put away more rice and beans. The price is going to be high. You can't do nothing about that now. We should have been doing this 8 years ago. So if you got to pay a higher price for beans and rice, do what you got to do. Okay? Number 2, canned goods. Buy as many canned goods as you can. If you don't know how to pressure can or water bath can, just go buy canned goods. Don't stress yourself out about this. The goal here is to get as much food put away as you can. Okay? All right. So I'm going to tell you one last thing. What's my main focus? My main focus, and maybe this will help you. My main focus, bare brass knuckle bottom basement, okay? This is the ultimate neutral. Everybody needs to have this. Focus on shelter, food, water, protection. Practice all of that and repeat it. Listen, I'm going to say it again. Shelter, water, food, protection. Practice all of that and repeat it. Shelter, water, food, protection. Practice all of that and repeat it. All of that stuff I just said is the true meaning of survival. Forget all of the solar generators and the gas generators and the e-bikes and all of these doodads and gadgets and gizmos and stuff like that. Everybody right now, if you are in the situation that you see something bad coming down the pike, this is what you should do. Focus on shelter, making sure you have shelter, taking care of said shelter, or paying off your shelter, whatever you need to do. If you don't have a house, go purchase a tent. I've been saying this for 15 years. Keep you a tent, no matter what. Focus on storing some water. I got to go back to the well and fill my jug up because it's empty. Storing water. Storing food. Focusing on your food and how much of it you have. Then focusing on protection. Do you have a way to protect all of the things that you have acquired? Now, practice with all of it and repeat it. Okay? So, with that being said, I'm going to prove to you that this can be done. I'm going to show y'all this, and then we're going to move on. Okay? Hold on. All right. I'm about to get my kale and my mustard greens in the ground. That's why I'm doing this to show you it's not a joke. I'm behind, but I have to do this. Okay. Let me show you the proof. Let me move this table. Y'all ready to see some proof? Okay. If you do not know how to store your food safely, you need seeds of whatever you're going to grow, whatever you're going to eat. I can't tell you what to grow, when to grow it. That's the research you need to do, okay? If you don't know how to store your own food, go and purchase you something like this. I talked about this last year or a year before. Does everybody remember when I did the video picking these up from, you can pick them up from anywhere from Walmart, Costco, Sam's Club, and you can order them on Amazon. You can order them anywhere, and I'm going to put them online for you, okay? I'm going to put them in the description box so you can click on them. This is 132 meals in here. So I'm going to put this online. It's a 5-gallon bucket full of dehydrated food. I did this before I bought that food, no, not dehydrated, but before I bought that freeze dryer, okay? So I went back to buying these. Once I got rid of the freeze dryer, I just went back to buying a bunch of these. Now, if you don't know how to stock your own food, purchase you some of those, okay? I'm going to give you the link where you can get them. But if you want to, how many people want to play with the idea of doing it yourself? Because I don't know how much these cost anymore. I think they cost probably $150 now, okay? They used to cost 60 bucks. But now they cost like $150, right? And it got stuff, here's the other thing about it. They're great for an emergency. They're great for an emergency. But here's the problem I had with them, is they have stuff in there that I don't care about. You know, like apple pies and ice cream sandwiches and stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to live. I'm trying to survive. I don't need a treat. I don't need a treat to survive. I need, you know, protein. I don't need ice cream sandwiches and Snicker bar burgers and stuff. I don't need that in there. And that takes up a lot of room, right? Oatmeal. Don't stop putting that in there. So that's the only problem I had with that. So I'm going to show you this. One of the things, let me show you. By the way, before I get down there, I'm going to just show y'all my works. Show y'all my works. Okay? Got them sweet potatoes popping off. I got them curing. Just to show you that real quick. Okay. Now I'm going to show you this. Okay? Dry powder milk. Throw one of these in your bucket, right? For calcium, protein, iron, throw a whole thing of this. I don't know how many gallons this make. I forget. Okay, I don't got my glasses on either. It's rock solid. They sell these from anywhere. Now you can also buy potatoes, dry powder potatoes, dry powder potatoes, dry powder milk. Now the price for that stuff is astronomical now. Okay? So now check this out. Let's get right into the real deal. Okay. I'm making sure can y'all see this okay? Because I can't see the camera anymore. Okay. I want you to read this. Can y'all read that, or is it backwards? I'm looking at my other screen. Okay. In this bucket, I got rice, black beans, and lentils in here from 12/5/2021. Did y'all hear that? So this stuff been in this bucket for 5 years. Okay? This December, that's coming in 2 months, this will be in this bucket for 5 years, untouched, and I'm going to open it right now for the first time. I brought this down just so I could do this, and I don't want to fake the funk. So whatever we see in here, we see in here. Now, I did this at home, and I'm doing it here on Freedom Acres, so you will see. I'm praying I got the same results here on Freedom Acres. Okay. I'm going to tell you what I do. Same results. See that? Same results. Can y'all see that? Okay. You don't see no weebles, because this been in here for almost 5 years. There is no way that you wouldn't see weebles inside here. Now, I know people like to pour their stuff out and just put it in the bucket. I don't do that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I just don't see no reason for it. Okay? No weebles. Lentils, the black beans on the bottom, and I got like a 20-pound bag of rice. The 20-pound bag of rice here, and I remember how hard it is to do all my buckets like this. And 2 bags of lentils and 2 bags of black beans. And then this is how you keep the eggs and the insects out, is with those bay leaves. Our elders and our ancestors been doing this since the beginning of time. And this is how they kept stuff out of their stored goods. So if you don't know how to do this, if you want to try it and practice and build yourself your own food bucket, get you a black bucket or a dark bucket, either black or blue. You don't want no white buckets, okay? Because the light shines through on those white buckets. You want to keep it in a dark place, either in a closet, garage, whatever. Just keep it in a dark place. That's going to keep the life of this stuff and keep the nutrition longer. Because just because you got the beans doesn't mean they're nutritious anymore, okay? So these hold their nutrition longer if you keep them in a dark, cool place. Now, here's my other secret right here. Do you see that? You can't just be going off and getting any seal, any lid. This is the real deal right here. Can y'all see that seal? Can y'all see that? Okay. That rubber seal in there keeps this bucket airtight. Okay. Don't just go buying any old $2 lid and throw on your bucket. Make sure you get one of those hardcore heavy duty. This came from that Orange Big Box store with the little ring around it that you pull off. Once you put that on there, leave it on there. I'm going to show you how I do it. Put that mug on one side. Don't attach it all the way. Push it in like that. Now seal it. I know it's not a perfect vacuum, but that's just a little bit of air that's out of there that I don't have to worry about. So that's always going to be trying to suck the air out, and so it can bring this lid up like this. See that? Okay. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all today. And I hope it helps you, because it's been helping me. And you know what's the best feeling in the world? It's my wife. My wife ain't worried. She know I got her. She know she all right. That's why she's carefree. Because between me, her husband, and her father, our Lord, she all right. She gonna be good. And I hope that all of y'all go out there and build yourself a food bucket today. If you don't want to buy this one, go build you one of these. Put as many things in that. Listen, be smart. Don't go trying to put can openers and crazy stuff in there. Listen, just get the food in there. The last time I did a 5-gallon bucket challenge with this, everybody was like, oh, you can put some napkins in there too, and a can opener, and a spoon, and a fork, and a knife, and you know I like the cream in my coffee, put some coffee. I'm not talking to those people. If you think that your survival food bucket need a spoon and fork, knife, can opener, and you doing it wrong. You doing it wrong. You need as much space in that container for food as possible. Now I know people like, well, how you supposed to open it? You figure it out. When the time comes, I'm telling you, when your belly get to growling, you'll figure it out. You should always keep a knife with you. And if you rub a can of beans or corn on the ground, you know the seal that seals in your beans and corn? You know why you can cut that open with a little bitty can opener? Because it's paper thin. If you rub that on a rock or on a sidewalk, all the content's gonna roll right out. You can eat. You don't need a can opener. You don't need none of that. So please put as many many food items as you could fit in a container. Stop being ridiculous with it. I heard people, well, you can't have peanut butter without jelly. You need peanut butter and jelly. I was like, oh my God. We have to practice on getting rid of our creature comforts because they're already being taken away from us anyway, right? All of our creature comforts. Peanut butter, no jelly. Ham, no burger. It's getting to a point you better start really focusing on the basics. Your cheeseburger ain't gonna always have cheese on it. Your peanut butter and jelly ain't always gonna have jelly. You understand? You might not have 2 slices of bread. You may have 1. You may not have bread at all. You might have a tortilla. But we got to focus on the reality of what we got to deal with right now. And I told y'all, was it a year and a half ago? I told you when I was sitting in that trailer. I'm not scared of the powers to be because I know they crazy. I know they're nuts. I'm scared of the people that it's going to affect, because the people that it's going to affect that's not doing their due diligence and taking this seriously, they're the ones that I'm scared of because they're going to affect me. The people at the top don't bother me because I know they're crazy. It's once they change rules, laws, and regulations, what it does to the people and make the people crazy. And then the people turn on each other. I said all of this. Didn't I say that? I said that 2 years ago. I said it a year and a half ago, sitting in that trailer in that parking lot. I said the people that scare me is my brothers and sisters, because what's going to happen once the powers that be, once they go crazy, it's going to drive the people crazy, and then the people start turning on themselves. Once the people start turning on each other, that's when the chaos starts. And there is no more brothers and sisters, friends and co-workers. There's just going to be enemies. And the problem with trying to figure out who's your enemy, that's the biggest problem. Who with you, who against you? That also causes chaos and trust issues. So I just wanted y'all to know I wash my hands of it's nothing I can do. I'm only one man. It's really not a lot I can do anymore for this situation. I can do the best I can do. But if I don't got anybody backing me up, there's no need to have that conversation. If I don't have anybody helping me, there's no need for me to continue that conversation. The only conversation we need to have now on this channel is solutions. Don't need to talk about what they doing in the news every freaking day. There's no need to talk about what they doing in the news every week. No need to talk about how deeper the world and the country has sank every week. All we need to do is try to figure out how to stay away from it, how to get out of it, how to navigate through it, and not be part of that world. I don't want to be part of that. If we can't fix it, it's nothing to talk about. All I'm going to do is prepare for action. That's all we can do now, right? Prepare for action. So, anybody got any questions or suggestions before we go? Because I would love to hear what you got to say. Let's see what we got. Soul Life Journey says they also have a lot of generators on sale right now. Okay. Let me see. Jeffrey says, I don't want to be part of it either. I'm with you 100%. Okay. I'm looking at my screen, y'all. Listen to what y'all saying. I've said my piece. Before I go, remember, get your garden going. Shelter, water, food, protection, practice, then repeat. Okay. Kendra says I plan on ordering my Mylar bags. Okay. Okay, Franco says I have rice, beans, flour, canned meat, powdered milk, noodles, dehydrated vegetables, peanut butter, popcorn seeds, a packet of seeds, fire starter in every bucket. Okay. How many bay leaves do you suggest for a 5-gallon bucket? I don't suggest. I just poured them in there. I didn't even care. I just dumped them. I put a bag in, dump a lot in. Put a lot in the bottom, put a lot around each bag. That's what I did. There is no suggestion for that. I didn't know myself. So I was like, I'll just put as many as I possibly can. I bought a big giant 1-gallon jug of bay leaves. I bought a bunch of them from Costco, and it's a place called the Chef Store by my house. Chef Store. Let me see. Miss Sunshine says, you can learn how to do anything if you try. It won't be perfect, but you'll be prepared. Okay. Life is Currency says, what do you suggest for people in inner cities? I started my garden, but should I be looking at land? Mind you, I'm under 30. Your age does not matter. And I'm going to say something that's not popular. Your question again is what would you suggest for people in the inner cities? My quick answer for all of it is get out. Get out. Get away from the crowded inner cities. I don't got another way to say it. Look. I'm gonna make my point. Now y'all gonna make me push this off a little longer. Have y'all seen them people mess with anybody in rural areas? I'm just gonna say that. Have y'all seen any of those soldiers jumping out on people in the woods? I'm gonna say that. Answer that question. Now I'm gonna start and finish answering these questions. Have y'all seen any of those soldiers jumping out on people in the woods? You keep seeing them going to concentrated inner city skyscrapers, neighborhoods, and suburbs. You want to know why you don't see them going to rural areas? Because that's guerrilla warfare. You don't see them going to these rural areas where people live in the woods because that's guerrilla warfare. They don't know the area. They don't know the layout. They don't know the tricks or the traps that people have set. They don't know the vantage points. They don't know anything about the land. The people that live in those woods do. So it's not going to be as easy as just running in the woods with a bunch of tanks and trucks and U-Haul trucks. It's not going to be that easy. They figure we're going to get the inner city people first, and then we'll have enough soldiers to deal with that. Let me get back to it. So me, I'm always going to say land. I'm always going to say get out the inner cities. I'm always going to say that. I know people don't want to hear that, but I'm always going to say it. I'm just going to always say that. And it's factual. It's not factual because I'm saying it. It's factual because I'm living it. The things that I deal with in the inner city, I do not deal with in the rural areas. The things that I deal with and the stuff I have to put up with in the inner cities, I don't put up with that here. I don't put up with the noise, the pollution, the crime. I don't have to deal with that in my rural situation. The quiet, peace and quiet. Okay? Let me go back to answering questions. I'm sorry, y'all. I just really had to get that out. I had a question here. SD says, is it possible to grow collards and kale in a pot on a porch? Absolutely. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let me see. I'm sorry for having my head like this. What about homes far out in the suburbs? I'm going to let you keep playing with that all you want to. I'm going to let you keep... Homes far out in the suburbs. I don't even understand what that means. None of those words fit together. Homes far out in the suburbs. I don't understand those words together. Let me see. I don't know how to pronounce your name. You say people forgot how to live and stay inside. Don't answer doors. City is dangerous, especially when you don't know how to operate. True. Let me see. You're so welcome, SD. I will say this again. Never stop concentrating on owning land. Never. You should always be thinking about owning the land. And I am living proof. I am living proof. You do not have to live on your land to be a landowner. I have a home. Then I have land that I can run to. So just because you're a landowner, you don't have to get rid of your whole life that you had before that. If you have a house in the city and you like your house, you want to keep your house. But your land is always going to be somewhere that you can run to for backup. Salvation. Look, I need to get away from this place. So I'm living proof. I have two properties. I have my property in South Carolina, and then I have my property here. Let me see. Lisa says, out of the city, I can't do raw land. Okay, well, make the best of what you got. And much luck to you. What about small towns? Is your small town a small, clustered, gathered together community? Let me tell you this. So maybe we getting off to a wrong start. Maybe I need to. What do you do for long-term garden storage? Gardening storage. I don't understand that question. Let me tell you this. If you can hear your neighbors, if you can, no, I ain't gonna say that. If you can see your neighbors and you can have a conversation with them with this tone of voice that I'm talking to you in right now, you too close. That means you too close. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you can have a conversation with your neighbor the same way you have a conversation with somebody in the grocery store, where your tone is just like this, if your neighbor can hear you just like this, the words little town does not mean anything. I don't care how sweet and quaint it is. If their son sneezes because he got the flu or something, and your son catches it, you're too close. I don't care if it's in a town. When I say rule, I mean, listen, this is what I mean. And I'm not trying to be one-sided. I'm just trying to give you reality. I always want to be in a place where I do not have to see a human being unless I want to. Do you understand? When I say rule, I mean if I see a human being, that means I invited them. That means their family, or they're an intruder. Not you took a wrong turn or you made a wrong turn in Albuquerque. None of that. I want to live in a place where you might not get your package today because the FedEx man can't find where you live at. And he too scared to go down this long dirt road. If the Amazon man is like, I ain't going back there, and you got to go pick your package up from somewhere else because they refuse to deliver your package, that's where I'm talking about. That's rule to me. If your mail is being delivered by a regular mailman, you ain't rule. If your mailman ain't driving his own truck, you ain't rule. You understand what I'm saying? If your mailman is driving in the passenger side of his truck or his car, his own personal vehicle, and he's steering his car with his left hand while sitting in the passenger seat and putting the mail out of the passenger window into your mailbox, you ain't rule. If your mailman got to buy his own little Batman siren light on top of his car and put a magnet on the side to say U.S. Post Office, you ain't rule. That's how rule I'm talking about. Get away from everybody. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying I don't think I would want to live no other way. That's all I'm saying. See, I had the opportunity once. I lived on rural land before, and I loved it. I sold that land and moved into my home that I'm in now. And the whole time I lived in that house, as beautiful as it is, I had regrets every day. I had regrets. I kept thinking I could have afforded to buy this house and keep my land at the same time. I wish I wouldn't have did it. That's why I bought more land. Because I'll never let this land go. Let me see. This is a good one. Tara, you said, what if you can't, then what? That's I don't have answers for you for everything. I know what you're looking for. You're looking for me to say, well, you're doomed. I'm not going to say that. You said it to yourself. I'm not going to say that to you. What I'm telling you is we got away from one of our major goals in life. And the major goal in life was to purchase land. It's biblical. I'm not going to go down that route either. It's biblical. So when you say, then what, right? You asking the wrong person. I'm just a man. You need to be reading that Bible and talking to whoever you drop to your knees and pray to, because he said it, not me. Everything I said today, because I said I ain't going to talk about politics and religion no more, but I'm going to say this. Everything I done told you today about stocking, storing, preparing, those are not my words. So when you say, can you stop talking in caps for me though, Tara, please? But y'all understand, right? Any more questions? Let me see. Let's see. Hey, Grammy Yah, how you doing? Said Grammy Yah says, Laird Farmer 73, I'm with you. I have a tiny home and an RV on my own land, and I don't live there. Amen. Amen. That's you don't have to just be living on your land. Put you a little something like this out there so you can catch a break when you just, you just need a break, a little getaway. I don't live here. Right? This is my kingdom. This is my sanctuary. This is my empire. TLC says, prep the best way you can with what you have and be ready to protect it. Thank you, TLC. Tony B, are you still looking for like-minded people to prepare with? Is that a question for me? Am I still looking for like-minded people to prepare with? I've never said that. That's why I'm asking, is that question for me? You may be thinking of another YouTuber. Oh, you talking to me? I've never said that. Let's see. Flashy Light says, if you can't afford camping stuff because it gets expensive, then look up bushcrafting video. Oh, I got you. Bushcrafting videos. How you doing, Nancy P? You're welcome, Lisa. And listen, I want you to understand something. I'm not knocking anybody that don't. All I'm trying to do is refocus the way we think about stuff. That's it. I'm not trying to talk you into anything. I'm just trying to give you another perspective. That's it. I don't care what you do. I just am trying to give you another perspective. That's all I'm doing, okay? So don't say Laird Farmer told me I better. Nope. Laird Farmer ain't told you you better do nothing. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a perspective, and I'm showing you through my own life that what I'm doing right now. And I'm actually telling you how it's working for me. It's not perfect, but boy, does it work. It just works. I got a well I dug out here with my own hands, me and my family. I got water. I got livestock. I got a garden. I got food store. I got shelter. I got rain catchment, water catchment. I could go on. And it's all from watching YouTube videos. I wasn't born knowing how to do all this stuff. Instead of me watching some rappers or some practical jokers or twerking videos, man, I'm watching videos teaching me how to get through this mess. Right? Let me see. Rodney Morrison says, great video. Please let them know how important your water filtration method works. If they don't have something in place, water will go first, will be needed under the shelter first. True. Yvonne says, get the herbs and the weeds. They are real healers. Green herbs and of the earth as much as you need. YouTube videos and teas and olive oils and saps. Yes, it's free. Life Currency says, do you think eventually there will be no seeds to be able to purchase or trade? Should you only purchase plants? Oh, should you only plant things you regrow without seeding? That's a good question. Life is currency. Do you think eventually there will be no seeds That's impossible. That's impossible. That's naturally impossible. But, are they trying to do that? Yes. Every fruit they have now, they're making seedless. From apples, grapes, pears, plums, peaches, they're trying to make everything seedless. And if it's not seedless, the seed ain't right. When you open a peach or a pear, a peach or a nectarine, and you crack that nut and look at the pit, once you get inside that pit and look at the seed is shriveled up, withered up, and black. Watermelons, thank you, Jeffrey. So it's impossible for them to shut down things in nature from seeding, because then we'll be we would be barren. But the things that we eat and it's healthy for us, they can and they are trying to control it. Yes. So I'm gonna show you something. We're gonna do a Laird Farmer field trip real quick. Okay. I'm gonna show you what I did. Let me get these other questions real quick. So yes, you should always be growing things, and we're gonna go on a Laird Farmer field trip because of what you said. Life is currency. Okay. It's gonna be quick though. Always awesome. Angela says, I don't have land, but I'm trying to prepare myself and my family for whatever is coming next. So I appreciate all the information. That's great. Like I said, it's not, I'm saying you got to or you gonna perish. I'm just saying it sure helps. Okay. So do what you got to do. Jeffrey says, I trust you 100%. It's very nice in the morning to hear those animals. Yes, it is. Miss Sunshine says, that's how we started, by watching you. Thank you, Miss Sunshine 22. TLC of the Garden said, don't forget the books, learn and practice. Amen to that. Okay. Let me see. Chris says, Laird, you worked on your liberation. Very important. Yes, it is. It's me says, how many acres does a person need for a farm to set up like you to have? That's a personal question. That's subjective. Okay, I can't tell you how many acres you need to do anything for whatever setup you plan on doing. I can't give you that kind of information. I wish I could, but I can't. What I could do on 1 acre, you probably could do in 1/4 of an acre. Okay. Franco says, I'm looking for like-minded folks in Tennessee. Who's game? You will be vetted. Okay. Let me see. Hold on a second. All right, Franco, can I tell you something, my friend? I'm just give you a piece of advice. When you're asking for people to join your community and you're saying, and you're warning that they will be vetted, right? It would help if you're actually really truly looking for people to join your community, to have something to show them. I just went to your channel and there's nothing there, my brother. Okay? So if you're serious and you really want people to join your community and you really want them to trust you, you got to show people something. All right? So I went to your channel. It's nothing there. So you're asking a bunch of strangers, just almost 700 people in the room. You're asking 700 people, do they want to join your community? And they will be checked. The question is, can they vet you? So before we go to doing stuff like that, especially on my channel, think about what you're saying, okay? Because you might be asking for some trouble. You have somebody come in there that you don't want in there. And I'm telling you from experience, if you want people to join your community, you need to be ready for them to judge you, just like you said you're going to judge them, right? You have to show them. Remember earlier in this video, I said, show me or shut up. If you can't show a sister, I'm sorry about that, okay? Because I got a friend named Franco. It's just instantly a guy in my head. Sorry about that. But my sister, trust and believe, I've done it. If you don't want nobody, if you want to be serious with people joining with you on a venture like that, yeah, I gotta let you go. Cause it's like you advertising, okay? I'm sorry, my sister. We can't do that. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I didn't want to be on here an hour and a half. We've been on here over an hour and a half now. But I hope you got my information. Oh, wait, nope, can't go yet. This is for my friend earlier. I want to show you when they asked me about growing seeds. Now, I'm under construction right now, so y'all gotta bear with me. Come on, pup. Come on, go pee. Might as well take her out while I'm out here. Come on. Okay. I'm under construction. Okay, but I want to show you what I'm working on so you understand. Okay. This is what I'm talking about right here. You see that? I let my okra go to seed. Okay? See how big that is? See how big that okra is? That's not even edible anymore. That's hard as a rock. If you eat that, you're gonna have a horrible day. And I got some dry ones. Haha, right here. I got tons of dry okra. And I let this go to seed. I didn't eat that much of this okra. I want it all to go to seed. See this dry shell here? Watch this. I don't got my knife on. Yes, I do. I ain't got a way to hold my phone, though. So hold on. Okay. All right, y'all ready? So I let all my okra go to seed so I can plant it again next year. No, you don't. All you need is one of these pods. Listen. Listen. You hear that? Like some maracas. What that is the seeds. So now I got seeds for next year. This is already ready to go. So I literally probably have 100 of these on that tree, and every seed will make another tree, another okra plant just like that. So absolutely, I hope that answered your question. I say yes, absolutely. Do the best you can to save every seed you can. And I'm not saying that they can make everything barren, but they sure the hell are trying. Okay? Right, it's over 100 seeds in this one okra. You are right about that. Okay? So let your stuff go to seed. And again, I'm not knocking nobody. Come on, Puck. I'm not knocking anybody that... Come on, baby. Huh? If you don't want to own land, you don't want to have anything to do with owning land, that's perfectly understandable, okay? Will you survive without land? I'm sure you can. I'm just telling you, it's a lot easier when you're away from the people inside, that packed inside of an inner city, right? And you want to know something, the best thing about these seeds? I know where they came from. I don't have to worry about some little scientist, some little weirdo out there changing and altering my seeds. I know what's in here. So we let a lot of our things go to seed. Our red mustard greens. The only reason I got these red mustard greens because that's what I got here. We got red mustard green seeds we've been harvesting every year. And I'm going to tell you something else. You know what this was grown from? I can't make this up. I can prove it. This okra plant was grown from the seeds that my wife had hanging in the garage almost ever since we bought that house. So it's been over 11 years. It was just sitting there hanging. And I told her I'm going to put these seeds on Freedom Maker. She said, them ain't going to be no good. Look, y'all seen the tree, didn't you? The birds ate the rest of them, but this one survived. all of them sprouted. And that's been over 11 years ago. And it was in a pod just like this. We left it in there. My wife put some string on it, and it been dangling in my garage dry like maracas for 11 years. Till this season. Okay? Let me see. So is everybody good? Everybody all right? No questions? I just wanted to throw that stuff at y'all. I know I ain't been live in a while, but I want to take my time now and focus on the reality that we all living right now. All of the playtime stuff, we done had enough of that. We done had enough of it. We are adults. I think we are all adults. So even myself, I'm talking to myself now. I ain't getting on nobody. I'm talking to myself too. We are all adults. And I think it's about time we start acting like it. I think it's about time that we start taking back responsibility. Stop acting like we as young as our children. Stop caring about trying to be as young as our grandkids and do the latest dances. And I think, you know what? I'm going to go and say it. Dang. I think our biggest problem in Generation X, you know what one of our biggest problems have been and has actually been a blessing and a curse? It's been our youth. This generation got to be the youngest looking generation probably ever since we've been free. Generation X is the youngest looking, healthiest generation that has ever been in America since we've been free. I'm not kidding around. That's been a blessing and a curse. Because part of it is we look young, we feel young, but the part that's been the curse is we've been acting young. See, it's a difference. You can still look good. You can still feel good. But we still got responsibilities to help take care of one another as adults, as the elders of these communities. And we let that fall to the wayside. Once grandma and them passed away, we let that go with grandma. I look too good to be rocking in a chair and knitting some booties. I look too fine to be driving an old Chevy pickup truck full of old engine parts in the back. No. Old man you get in your 50s and 60s, what you get? You go and get you a Corvette, a two-seater, that your back is too bad and your joints are so horrible that you barely crawl into the Corvette, trying to look good for the young girls. And the ladies, just because you still got that fine shape and your hair is fresh and your skin is tight as a whip, you in the club, you look good, you look like you can handle some of these young bucks, but look, them young bucks is backbreakers. And you know it. Don't be lying just because you can handle a little something. Them young bucks is backbreakers. They don't got the rules of engagement down. So these young bucks, they 50 Shades of Grey boys. They ain't trying. Look, take that knee. Take your whole backbone, spine, crack you. Next day, you in the ER and you swab with being gay, trying to be 50 Shades of Grey. It should be called 50 Shades of Ben Gay is what it should be called, because once one of these young bucks get their hands on you, you like, oh, little boy, you don't know nothing. Next thing you know, backbone crack. You sitting here, hey, yeah, Rosetta, I'm coming over there today. Yeah, baby, look. Yeah, not today, because, I got a nail appointment, and I got to get my wig readjusted and stuff. Not today. You know good and well you want to see that young buck for another 2 to 3 good weeks till you heal up. Your joints don't just spring back like that. You look good. You fine, okay? Your body tight. But your age, them muscles, them ligaments, Yeah, them is still 50 and 60 years old. Your skin tight. Skin tight. Okay? You make them apple bottom jeans scream. But them ligaments, son, okay? Them joints. See, the young boys is talking about blazing a joint, and you worried about Ben Gay in your joints. When he say joint, both of y'all thinking about two entirely different things. When he say, hey, you want to blaze a joint, you thinking about what you know about that. Ben Gage yourself last night. He talking about getting lifted. You talking about rubbing yourself down with some kind of salve to stop the inflammation. He say joint, he thinking about high. You hear joint, you thinking about inflammation. Okay? Them ligaments. I'm just saying I think Gen Z went crooked because we look good. We look good, damn it. Now I ain't gonna, let's not, okay? Let's not play games. We look good. Some of us can still get in our football jersey. Some of us can still get in your cheerleading outfit. But you can't do no cheerleading. And you can't be doing no footballing. You can fit in your football jersey from high school or college, and you can fit in your cheerleading costume from from high school or college. But you ain't about to do no cheerleading, no. All that, hey, today we're gonna go and play. Hey, and throw them in the air, backbone. Ah. You ever broke some firewood at camp and used your kneecap? Ah. That crispy crunch of that stick of that twig, that's what your back sound like now. So I think we have failed our generation because instead of guiding the next generation, I don't know what is they, the Z or whatever, instead of us helping guide that generation, we've been trying to hang with this generation. And I think that's where we fail because we still felt so young and looked so good. We looked so good and were so young, we could still pull up on the young honeys. We could still pull up on the young men and have our way. You know? These young adults, we could still do that. And the young adults was attracted. You still had the badunk-a-dunk. That's old granny badunk-a-dunk. Okay, you still got a little flex in your chest and your arms for the little ladies. But you know good and well when you squat down to try to sit down in that little red Corvette, your backbone do this. Baby, I think it's my back. Yes, it is. Little red Corvette, that back. Oh, yeah. That's what that backbone sound like. It does the hand clap for you. That snap. I think we helped fail this latest generation. And now it's time for us to grow up, act our age, like my mama used to say. I'ma say this. If you get up out of bed and you hear more than one crack, act your age. I'm not playing. I'm giving some worldly advice. I hope it works. If you get out of bed in the morning or in the middle of the night to pee, if you getting up in the middle of the night to pee, you need to act your age. Or go see a doctor, one or the other. But if you get out the bed and it sounds like somebody just poured a cold glass of milk over a bowl of Rice Krispies, if you get out the bed in the morning and it start crackling and crunching like somebody poured some cold milk over a bowl of Rice Krispies, just look. We got work to do. Stop. You ain't got to wear apple bottoms. And you can wear apple bottoms and stuff, all them tight little spandex and little workout. pants and whatever, yoga pants. But look, tell these young folk, give them some guidance, not just some, you know, yeah, oh, popping like bacon in the pan. Soon as you get a pop, pow, pie. You ever drop some water in a pan full of grease? That's how it sound when I get out of bed. It sound like fireworks. Pop, and look, with every pop, it do your body a certain way, don't it? Crack. If your body noises can wake up your spouse in the other side of the bed. I moved one day and my wife said, "Oh, was that you?" "Yeah, my bad." "No, I didn't pass gas. That was my doggone knee jumping back in the gear or something. I don't know what it was doing." But it's like my knee shifted gears. It was supposed to get in first gear, but it kicked it over in fifth, and that must it. Oh, I had to wiggle that knee a little bit, getting back in first gear, so I can get up and pee in the middle of the night. That woke my wife up. She said, "Was that you? You okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm all right. That was my knee. Just my knee." I said it was just my knee. That let you know you too old to keep going to the club with your nephew. When you say, "Oh, honey, it wasn't nothing. It was just my knee." Just your knee? Just your knee? Wait a minute. I thought somebody kicked the door in. That sound woke me up, and my wife, a deep sleeper. That woke me up. "It's just my knee. I'm okay. Just head to the bathroom. I'm good." When you get out the bed in the middle of the night and you got to look and turn over to your spouse and let them know that you're not having some kind of mental break or you're medically okay, you too old to be going to the club with your nephew and nieces. If every time, look at that sun coming in. If every time you wake up, that must be God telling me, "Go on, say it. Tell him, son. Tell him." Look, if every time you get out the bed in the middle of the night and your spouse say, "Baby, you okay? Everything all right?" Yeah, I just got to go pee." If she got to check your health condition just because you got up out the bed every time you got to go pee, you too old to be going to the club with your nephew and your niece and them. You too old for the after party. I think we helped fail them. That's all I'm saying. We did help fail this next generation. They kind of lost, but it ain't too late. It's never too late to let people know, man, what our jobs is. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Everybody, thank you for being here with me, and thank you for joining me on my live stream. Because, again, I've reset. I've started changing things in my life. Started changing people in my circle. And I'm going to keep on going with that. And it's doing nothing but helping me. And I hope it helps you too. We need to stop wanting to be entertained so much and focus on the reality of what we are in right now. That's all. Okay? So with that being said, y'all see my videos kind of switched up. I'm talking about these gardens. I'm talking about my gardens. I'm getting back into this. It ain't going to be a whole bunch of crazy hoorah-rah. It's going to be, look, getting back to basics. Getting my hands back in this soil. Getting this food jumping back up out of these buckets, containers in the ground. And trying to leave these crazy rich people to their own devices. That's all I got. With that being said, everybody enjoy your day. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I think we all need to get back to basics. It's hard. And I'm telling you this, nobody wants to see you get back to basics. You want to know why nobody want to see you get back to basics? Nobody want to see you growing garden food. Nobody want to see you buying greenhouses. Nobody want to see that. You want to know why? Because that's the right thing to do. That's not entertaining. That's not making people laugh. But it does inspire hope. And I think right now our focus is on the wrong audience. Our focus should be on the people that's looking for hope. I'm not focused on people that just want to see me with the next gadget, or I'm not focused on them people. I'm focused on the people that need help. They are looking for hope, because in the time we are in today, it almost seems hopeless. But if enough of us come together and keep spreading this hope, inspiring one another to let each other know it's not over yet, I think we'll be all right. That's all I got. All right? With that being said, Lim Farmer 73, thank you for everything. Thank you for coming in here. Thank you to all my new subscribers that pushed me over to 378. Thank you to all the people that like my videos. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for even coming in and having a conversation with me. Because you know what I'm realizing? Everybody does not have that. Everybody does not have that. Thank you, Missy. Said, thanks for all the knowledge, led. I've learned so much valuable information. You know what, Missy? I've learned a lot from you, too. I think I've learned just as much from you as you probably learned from me. And that's what we should all be working on, trying to learn from each other. All right? Everybody, thank you. Lead Farmer 73, I love you. Be safe, and I'm out. Peace.